excited to share the news with you that I finally got my PMP certification done.
Thanks to EduHubSpot.com and Varun's mentorship.
The material provided by EduHubSpot is fantastic and the mentoring is phenomenal.
I could not accomplish this feat without the outstanding mentorship of Varun.
I would like to thank EduHubSpot for all the support that was given to me in this journey.
If you're looking to be certified just like me, EduHubSpot is your go-to place.
Thank you, EduHubSpot, for helping me become a PMI Certified professional.
I want to give credit to my success to the EduHubSpot team.
Congratulations, Shailesh, for passing the PMP exam with above target score. You know what? To be honest, I'm not surprised with your results. I know very well you will definitely pass the exam with above target, but I'm so happy for you, Shailesh. Yeah, how's your feeling right now?
Thanks, Gautam. You're being very modest. I mean, I wasn't sure about that myself, whether I'll pass or not. But you did mention about with my mock scores, I should be able to pass above target. Honestly, I was just hoping that I'll just pass even with target scores. I'll be fine. But I think I scored very decently, way above my expectations.
That's
Amazing
perfect.
feeling.
That's you deserve this, yeah. You know, with the level of preparation you made, you really deserve this score. When I say deserve this score with above target. Yeah, good. Shailesh, first of all, thank you so much for accepting for doing this interview. Let me tell you the reason why I have selected you for doing this interview. You know what? I know the level of preparation you have made for this PMP exam. I'm very much sure when you're sharing your experience, it will be helping any PMP aspirants. Yeah. So that is a reason I have conducted this interview, and thanks for accepting this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, Gautam. And as far as helping others, it's concerned, I'm sure a lot of people would be confused, just as how I was initially while starting up this PMP preparation, with respect to why I chose this, how I went ahead with everything. So glad to be of help to you and to future prospects.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So let's get started. So I have certain questions, Shailesh. Let me start with question number one. Can you please share your professional background?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it short, but so I have about like 7 or 8 years of experience. I started off as a customer service executive, then I moved on to operational managing operations, and then meanwhile I started handling a lot of projects and programs, right from the scratch, building it up from scratch in terms of delivering a product. And even along with the program management, there are a lot of analytics stuff which is involved, which I think is going to be useful in any sort of work background. But managing those projects and programs along with analytics is what I do in my company, which is Servify, based out of Mumbai.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm curious to know this. What made you to choose PMP as your next career upcoming skill?
Yeah, I mean, I chose PMP because, of course, I mean, it's a very highly recognized certification program, and globally recognized as well. But one of the main reasons was because of the content that it had. It had, the whole project management, the whole structure of the program about how it wants the candidate to also have experience along with the curriculum that it had of how to deliver a project, and the different kinds of project, which is agile, which has a lot of changes. And these things I already see in my organization, being from a program manager point of view as well. There were a lot of programs that had to be delivered and executed, so a lot of coordination between stakeholders, keeping things on track, tracking the progress on things. They were my day-to-day tasks. I mean, they were a part of my daily tasks all the time. And so when you already were doing a lot of these things already in your work, so I thought, why not go for this globally recognized PMP certification as well.
That's a very good reasoning, buddy. I just love it. You know what? To be honest, if my students pass the exam, I'll be happy. But when my students start applying the knowledge which they gained in practice, I'll be double happy. And good, your intention is too good for doing this PMP
Yeah,
certification. Thanks for sharing this.
thanks, man.
Silas, next question I have. See, after you made up your mind to do PMP, what kind of research you did for selecting the training institute? See, your answer will definitely a good advice to someone who is starting their PMP certification process.
Correct. So even so, before I even get started about my research process, the important thing about my background is that I finished my last degree or MBA in like 2018-19, and it has been a long time since I actually started studying again. So I wasn't even sure whether I'll be able to follow a timeline or a strict schedule of sorts. But nonetheless, that was my first worry even by before enrolling in this course. But and I think that's a very fair thing to have.
Yeah.
So while I started off, searching for different options available for studying PMP, what I could think of was I would want something which is more of a self-paced learning. And while self-paced, because we all have our day-to-day jobs,
Yeah.
while self-paced, we also need to have some sort of scheduling for us, so that we ensure that we adhere to those strict schedules.
Mm.
Although my requirement was that I did not want to have any strict schedules, I wanted to have a self-paced study environment. And I didn't want to actually read books. That was my biggest problem because I had tried reading books. So there's this the PMBOK guide. I tried reading that by myself. Didn't really work out. Slept after the first page. Uh, so that's where I thought I would just go on and research out all the available options. And that my that's where how I listed down my simple requirements: one, safe paced; two, more of a video lecture based; and of course recorded lectures and live sessions are as well, so that I can have a doubt, if I have any doubts, so I can go on at that live session and have that doubt cleared as well. And access to the customer support, or mentor support,
Mm.
uh, so that if I have any doubts while I'm studying in the middle of the night, I could just mail him, and next morning when I wake up, I could have an answer of sort. Or, but those were my basic requirements in place.
That's great. That's great, Shailesh. You know what? Most of the people are doing mistake here, and I just love the way you have listed down the requirements. And good that we as a company has matched your requirements. Yeah, good, good, good.
Absolutely. I mean, when I was going through, your website, when I actually saw the module, the method of delivery of the whole program, that's when I realized that this is something different apart from the others. Not more of a robotic thing that we usually foresee in other, online sessions. And that mentor support, which of course you were, that was amazing because like I said in the beginning, I mean, I was not sure of myself, but you were very sure, because of course you've seen a lot of people and you've seen the kind of answers that I select, and my test scores. Of course you had access to all that, so even that helped as for you to motivate me in between, so yeah.
Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you so much. And my next question to you: see,
Hmm.
what is the preparation process you follow during your PMP journey? Or
So
did you studied any books? I'm asking in that way.
no, like I said, I was not very fond of books, not at all actually. Yeah, I barely made notes, but you guys were forcing me to make notes, that's why I made them. But that made sense a lot in the end, because I couldn't refer the videos, the full videos, at the end when for revising. But so I referred my notes. But in terms of the method of my preparing, one thing was initially I slacked off a bit because of
Mm,
my work commitments.
mm,
But eventually I realized I will have to figure out a way to kind of squeeze this studying in my schedule.
mm,
And basically watching some one video, or 30 minutes of videos, or making notes, something like that.
mm.
uh, and eventually, bit by bit, on weekends, doing more on weekends. And of course, I didn't let that affect my lifestyle, my routine as well. But I think that was more important for me, to do at least something every day.
Perfect, perfect. That is very important. The common mistake what people do is while they are starting their PMP journey, they used to spend 5 to 6 hours or 7 hours in a day. To be honest, you have to do this over the period of time. When you're spending that much time, see, this is my opinion, we will compromise some of our personal commitments, and then we will give up at some point in time, right? Am I correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I was one of those guys that I thought ki I'll do 8 hours of study one day, and probably finish this up in 2 weeks time, or 1.5 weeks time. Not possible at all. A lot of other things take a hit, and of course there are a lot of commitments that you would always have, personal,
Yeah,
professional. I mean, it is only practical for you to do things which are actually practical,
very
small
true.
things at a time.
Very true. Good, good, Silesh. And the next question I have, see, how did you stay motivated during your PMP preparation process? That's very challenging stuff, right?
Very, very challenging. I mean, initial few months, like I said, initial few months I didn't study at all. I was slacking off a lot. But eventually, when I say that, eventually I realized that I have to do it. A few things, kept me motivated. One, I used to imagine a lot of scenarios that once I'm done with this, what all rewards I'll probably get, in terms of recognition. And this is true. I mean, a lot of people have come up to me asking, "Oh, it's great how you did it. Please help us also. We've been also trying to think of it. We've heard it's hard." And I could just tell them, "Ki, this was my schedule. I did it, and if I can do it with my work and my personal commitments, of course you can too." And so thinking of the end result always helps. But like I said, that is only one part of your preparation. The other things is also, imagining ki, what all things can you do bit by bit. And also, I personally believe that you have to invest a lot in yourself, in your skills. And to do that you have to dedicate some time to yourself,
Hmm.
in terms of studying, or it can be anything. Yeah, some people go to the gym, and some, to have a better body. I mean, to stay motivated is to always stay consistent. That's what I believe, and that's what
Superb,
I did.
superb, Silesh. I just love your answer for this question. Especially you said, right, wherever we are trying to give up in anything we do, we have
Hmm.
to always think about why we have taken this. Means that end result that drives us.
Yeah.
Excellent, buddy. I just loved it. I just loved it. Last question I have. Can you please share something about your real PMP exam? Means we are not allowed to share questions. At least some basic idea. Can you give how the exam was?
Yeah. So when the exam actually started, it's a whole 4 hours exam. It takes a lot of patience to sit through that exam in one position, not moving away from the camera. No, of course there are breaks in between. 10 minutes break though. The whole exam. I think I was very surprised at how all the questions in the exam were scenario oriented. All the questions. It's not something that you can just learn by heart and give the exam. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to apply the concepts that you learn in real life scenarios and choose the best option available. And even the options, I mean, if I'm sure you also know, but even the options that you look at, out of four options, even both two options seem the most correct ones. I
Yeah.
mean, they both are correct. You are not sure. I mean, in real life probably you do one or two, you can do both.
Yeah.
But that's why it was more surprising for me ki how important was it for me to have the concepts clear, so that I could correct select the most correct option out of the two, and which you've been always telling us to do.
Yeah.
And That was one of the most surprising things. And also, how the whole exam questions is spread out evenly between agile and predictive.
Mm.
uh, there has been this trend. A lot of these questions are coming from agile, although I knew that.
Yeah.
Wasn't really surprised by looking at those questions. But I think that those were my two key takeaways from the exam after the exam was finished. I mean, I could think of was that key, how all the questions are scenario based. I had to play that scenario in my head, stop
Mm.
myself from saying no, I will not be doing this, because that's not how it works in the
Uh,
PMI code of ethics. But yeah.
Perfect, Silas. Since you have answered this question, one more question is coming into my mind.
Yeah.
I always hear from some of the PMP aspirants that Gautam, I'm going to memorize PM Box 6th edition, or they will say that I'm going to practice some 1,000 dumb questions. Can I go and pass the PMP exam? For those type of people, what would be your advice?
Absolutely no.
Uh-huh.
Even if you read the PMBOK guide fully, if you don't understand the concept, it's a waste. The second part, solving questions is a good way, but solving the right questions is the most important way. I mean, you could find a lot of questions on Google. You could just Google a lot of PMP related questions and you'd find them easy, but the actual one in the exam that comes, they are a lot more difficult along with the options. So you have to solve the right questions and also have our concepts clear, and
Very
by
good.
solving the right questions, it's easier for you to get to that difficulty level. So yeah, that's what I would say to anyone who thinks on those lines.
Perfectly summed it up, Silas. It's about understanding the concepts, that is the base, then practicing questions on the right simulator. That's your response, right?
Correct. That's
Great,
correct.
buddy. And thank you so much, Silesh, for sharing your experience. And trust me, I really enjoyed this 15 minutes of time with you. And again, congrats.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, our interview is not over. We are going to have some. We are having some fun elements. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. I want you to answer in one single word. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Let's get started. Your favorite hobby?
Fitness is my passion.
Oh, same here for me. Good. Your next holiday destination?
Australia.
Australia. Why?
Yeah. So there are a few friends of mine who are in Australia. They've been calling me for since long time. So
Okay.
I do plan to visit Australia soon.
Perfect, buddy. Describe your first job interview in one word.
Nervousness, anxiety.
Nervousness, excitement. Good, good, good. Your favorite day of the week and why?
Friday, without a
Friday.
doubt.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
don't
start
know.
of
I
the
don't
weekend.
need reason.
Yeah.
Friday. Your role model.
My dad, I mean, he was the one who brought this whole hustle culture thing meaning to me. I mean, before everything else. So yeah,
I'm so touched. So this is the answer most of the men will give, right?
yeah.
Good, good. So last question. If you are a salesperson, what product you would love to sell?
Sales. Cars, luxury cars.
Luxury cars. So you
Yeah.
love cars then.
Yes, yes, I do.
Good, good. That's it. We came to the end of the interview, Shailesh. Thank you so much again for accepting this interview. I hope you have loved as well this
You're
short
welcome,
interview.
Gautam. This was amazing. This was an amazing experience with you, Gautam, and I had a good time as well.
Thank you, Silas. Thank you so much. I know, knowing you personally, you're not the one who's going to stop here. I know your next target is ACP, which is
That's
Agile
right.
Certified Practitioner. All the best for that. I'm looking forward in working with you with ACP as well, Silas. Thank you so much for giving time, and bye. See you.
You're welcome, Gautam. Bye. See
Bye.
ya.